You're not tired, you're drained. And what's draining you is you. What if I told you the secret to becoming laser-focused, more masculine, respected, and literally magnetic to others isn't a new gym routine, isn't a diet, isn't a book, but simply not wasting your life force? If you've been struggling with laziness, anxiety, brain fog, low confidence, and just feeling weak in general, there's a reason. And no, it's not because you're lazy. You're leaking energy, motivation, and masculine drive every time you release. In this video, you'll learn exactly how semen retention can transform your life from average to alpha, step by step. By the end, you'll understand why most men stay stuck and how you can become unstoppable. Let me tell you a quick story. There was a man who had dreams, starting a business, getting fit, becoming confident. But every night, he'd end his day scrolling on his phone and then releasing. Just a quick fix, right? Months passed. No progress, no motivation, just guilt, anxiety, and low energy. Then one day, he stopped. Cold turkey. Week 1 was hell. But by day 30, his eyes had a fire. His voice had weight. His mind was sharp. He felt alive. That man could be you. Because here's the deal. Every time you release for pleasure, especially from porn, you're sending a signal to your brain, mission accomplished. Your body thinks you've done your job, passed on your genes. So why should it keep pushing? Why should it hustle, fight, or grow? But when you retain, your brain says, we're not done, let's go. This is just spiritual talk. There's hard science behind this. Testosterone levels increase. A 2003 Chinese study showed that after 7 days of abstinence, testosterone levels increased by 145%. That means more aggression, more drive, more motivation, all the traits that build success. Dopamine resets. Every time you watch adult content, you fry your dopamine receptors. You train your brain to only feel pleasure from pixels. Retention rewires this. You start enjoying real life again. Gym, work, socializing, building something. And your aura becomes magnetic. This one sounds weird until it happens to you. Women look at you differently. Men respect you more. Why? Because you walk differently. You talk with more weight. Your energy is felt. You're not some desperate guy hunting for pleasure. You're full, whole, powerful. Let's be honest, most men can't go 2 days without releasing. They get a tiny urge and boom, back on the phone, scrolling, clicking again, then regret. Here's why that's a problem. It weakens your willpower. Every time you give in, your brain learns you don't mean what you say. It hijacks your motivation. You lose your why because your body thinks you already won. It rewires your brain to seek fake pleasure and avoid real challenges. And let's not forget, erectile dysfunction is now common among young men because of this. Anxiety and social awkwardness skyrocketing. You know why? Because we're drained before we even leave the house. It's not just about avoiding porn or pleasure. It's about becoming undeniable. So how do you go from drained and distracted to disciplined and dominant? Let's break it down. First, know your why. You won't last 7 days without a reason that burns. Do you want to build a business? Improve your body. Become more respected. Once you feel proud of yourself, lock it in. Write it down every day. Second, track the days. Use an app or a calendar. Why? Because men respect streaks. You see day 10 and your brain says, we don't want to lose this progress. Third, cut the triggers. No idle scrolling. No staying up late alone. No just checking. Out of sight, out of mind. Replace scrolling with reading. Replace YouTube rabbit holes with workouts or real content like this. Fourth, transmute the energy. This is where it gets powerful. That energy inside you, it needs an outlet. Work out like a beast. Build something real. A business, a side hustle, a skill. Talk to people, socialize, lead. You're not just avoiding pleasure, you're building power. And fifth, set rules and systems. Willpower alone isn't enough. Wake up early. Keep a tight routine. Keep your phone out of your bedroom. Meditate when the urges hit. Cold showers, they're not just memes, they work. Let me give you some real examples. Daniel was addicted to adult content for 6 years. Tried quitting over 20 times. Then he set a 90-day goal, used accountability, and hit it. In that time, he got a girlfriend, landed a new job, gained 8 kilograms of lean muscle. Why? He was full of fire. Aman was socially anxious, wouldn't speak up. After 30 days, his posture changed. He made eye contact like a lion. His boss noticed. He got promoted. And me? I stopped scrolling, focused on my goals, started creating content. My confidence didn't just rise, it exploded. I earned my masculinity back, and I'm not stopping. This is real, it works, but only if you stick with it. Let's not lie to ourselves. You will slip, you will fall. It's part of the game. But here's the difference between weak men and warriors. Weak men quit, warriors learn. Weak men hide, warriors journal. Weak men shame themselves, warriors rise. Every relapse is a reminder. This isn't a game, this is war. You're not just fighting lust, you're fighting the version of yourself that settles for less. The version of yourself that wastes time, that avoids pain. Kill that version every day. And when you cross day 30, 60, 90, something crazy happens. You stop chasing, opportunities chase you. You stop overthinking, you move. Your energy feels unlimited. Your presence becomes rare. You walk into a room and people feel something different. That's retention. That's masculinity restored. You become a man that even other men look at and think, damn, what is he on? But it's not a drug. It's not magic. It's your own energy, unspent, building pressure. And pressure makes diamonds. It's not just about semen. It's about what it represents. Retention means you control your mind. You respect your body. You delay pleasure to build greatness. That's the core of every successful man in history. From ancient warriors to modern CEOs, the men who win because they're not slaves to urges. They lead their emotions. They command their energy. And you can too. Not by being perfect, but by staying in the flight. You don't need to be some monk. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start. Start today. Day one. Lock in your reason. Set your system and move. Every urge you conquer, that's strength gained. Every day you retain, that's masculinity earned. Every streak you build, that's the unstoppable version of you coming alive. Remember, the weak chase pleasure. The strong create power. Which one are you? Watch the next video to go even deeper and become unbreakable.